Do this, man. 3, 2, 1, and we're live. We have G and Luch here, Unfiltered Privilege. Let's get right into it. Today's topic is confidence. Who has it? Who doesn't have it? What's the difference between the two people who do have it and don't have it, and how important is it?
Absolutely. How important is it? And I mean, the false sense of confidence that's out there. Mm-hmm. Man, there's so many different. There's so many different outlets when it comes to confidence, right?
Right.
And I see it every day. Right? You see it every day. You see that false confidence, especially where we work. That the people who
they carry themselves with this certain. I don't know how would you describe that? What's the best way to articulate what we're talking about?
Man, it's that. I don't want to say fake it till you make it, bro, because I guess that's the kind of way you want to live, right? Fake it until you make it. Mm-hmm. But it's that sense of like, I'm confident because I'm a supervisor, or I'm confident because I got a little bit of money in my pocket, or I'm confident because I got these shoes on. Which you could argue, bro, that confidence does come from some of that,
some status,
some of that, right? But are you more confident because you got that jacket on, or would you be equally as confident if you were rocking it, if you were just rocking a white tee?
It depends, man. I think that depending on our interests, I think we assign ourselves certain levels of confidence, whether we know it or not. Like, for example, I may be confident in one avenue, but not be super self-conscious in another. It just depends on like how I assess myself. Am I good at this or am I not good at this? I tend to carry myself with more confidence with things that I am good at. And, my attitude is a little different as opposed to things where if I'm trying something that's not really my forte.
Well, I'm going to jump right in and say what gets me hot as fuck, Doug, is these motherfuckers who have just this incredible sense of confidence with nothing, like absolute nothing to show. Like they have nothing to show for it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like they're out there thinking that they're the cock of the motherfucking watch.
Like they're getting paid $300, $500, $250,000 a year. Yeah, I know what you mean.
When it's like,
man,
bro, you are some busted ass motherfucker who's just overly exerting yourself to try.
Yeah.
Let me take that back, man, because they're not really confident. They just put on this goddamn show.
Yeah.
And they play these games, or you see it online, right? You see it where these people troll online, and you're a really big, you're an influencer online. Like you have all this confidence, you have all this with bravado, right, online, but in real life you're just this meek.
There's nothing to
you know
back
what I mean
it.
Like,
where does that come from though, man? I mean, are we conditioned that way? Because first of all, let's say that there are people who are confident who don't have this, I don't want to call it snotty, but they don't have this fakeness about them. There's confident people, especially in different employers, I guess. There's certain people there that they have an authentic confidence. So what's the difference between an authentic confidence and kind of like the zippity-doo-dah type,
I wanted to actually, I feel like we're over here talking about it, and I haven't read the definition, and looking at it now, it's the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something.
Or trust. Yeah.
Or the state of feeling certain about the truth. Or the feeling of self-assurance from one's appreciation of one's own abilities and qualities. Which I think it's very important, bro. And don't get me wrong. I mean, we sound like a bunch of assholes right here, but don't get me wrong. It's important to have confidence, bro. It's extremely important to have confidence. What wiles me out, though, man, is these or what trips me out, is these cats who are overly confident and almost transform that into a sense of entitlement, a sense of I guess being better than somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that isn't confidence, but I think a lot of people take that as like, oh, what a confident guy. Like, what a confident guy. Like, no, he's just a fucking asshole. Like, he's not. You can be confident and not be a fucking asshole about it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's more of the topic that I wanted to hit around. And it's not only men, bro. And I'm not trying to sound like a misogynist. You know what I mean? Like, it's not only men, nigga. That's confidence. And he brought it up to me last week.
As far as what?
Women.
Oh, confident.
And body image confidence. And bro,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know that's a trigger word.
Okay, so here's what we're talking about with another brief conversation. Have you ever seen like someone who is like extremely overweight, particularly a woman, but stays in like
This motherfucker.
yoga pants, stays in like basically shit that doesn't fit the
Short shirts.
Yeah, doesn't really fit the outer description, and they have like this certain, like some of them will even brag about it too, like, oh, look at my curves, look at this. Like,
But that's a thing now,
it's
dog.
a thing. It's
That's a
thing.
fucking thing now. And man, fat bitches need love too, right? Fat bitches need love too. And you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to fucking front. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but have some goddamn modesty. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with being big. There's nothing wrong with being big. You know what I mean? And we're just gonna rock right into it, nigga. I mean, we started a little slow, but we're gonna rock right into it. There's nothing wrong with being big.
Is there not anything wrong with being big?
Of course, there's something wrong with being big, bro, in the sense of you're fucking abusing yourself. In the sense of you have no self fucking control, bro. I can eat fucking ice cream all day, but I don't.
See, but hold on, but a lot of people would say that I was born this way. I mean,
Get the fuck out of here.
you don't think so? You don't think some people are more subject to like
Nah, the only thing
adding
you're
the
born
pounds?
is gay, bro. Like, you can be born gay. That shit's not a fucking choice. Which some people could argue, and which we will argue in another
Yeah,
fucking
I was
podcast.
gonna say that's a good one. That's a good one.
Bro, you're not born fat, nigga. My little baby was born nice and beautifully fat. Like, she's not gonna be overweight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that comes down to fucking parenting and control.
Yeah.
How much control do you have, right? And there's some people that are like, well, I'm on the paleo diet, so I don't crave any of that. Like, you're a lying sack of fucking shit, bro.
You know, I was just having this conversation with Mariah
They just have more control.
couple weeks ago, and I think there are certain like traits that a larger person tends to have opposed to like a more fit or not even overweight person. Like, for example, I used to have this friend, right? He used to be super big. He used to come over to my house all the time. He was the only big one out of the rest of us. But he had certain tendencies that the other three of us didn't have. For example, like we'd be watching a playoff game or something like that in the den, and you know, my grandmother would just cook or something like that. Yeah. And we've always called it that. That's weird down. I
like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Word.
But we'd be watching a playoff game. There'd be trays everywhere. You know what I mean? Everyone's, oh, excuse me, trying to get here. And so we'd all have like lasagna or pizza or something like that. It basically was a hassle to get around each other to sit down and be comfortable. But so we'd all have our plates, and this nigga would be in like the most boxed in part of the room, right? And he'll be like, oh man, like I don't have enough ice. And it's just, in my mind, I'm like, bro, it's just ice. Like, who cares? Just worry about it later. You have enough ice in there. Who cares? But no, this nigga will really like, nah, man, I can't start unless I have this ice. Or nah, man, I can't start eating unless I have this certain amount of ranch. And it's just like, you really are taking the seriousness of your meal to a different level than the rest of us.
It really is that.
So I think there's those little tendencies.
It's self-control, dog. I mean, what it comes down to is self-control. You know what I mean? My mom told me, like, yo, 3 fucking scoops, bro, at the most. You know what I mean? Like, there was some sort of control, bro. And like, again, this turned from confidence to body image.
Real quick.
But I don't give a fuck. Nonetheless,
fuck it.
It's insane, bro. Like, it's insane because it is a fucking problem in the United States. And I saw some fucking shit yesterday. Here we go. I saw some fucking shit yesterday that really got me hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really got me hot. Like, it came up on the motherfucking, like, you know, on the Netflix when you go over, like when you screen over a movie, it'll give you a preview of it on your TV, and it tripped me out, bro, because it was an Indian comedian. Mm-hmm. I'm all about comedy, bro, and I'm zero type of getting offended. But
Aziz?
No. It was some bigger Indian comedian, right? But he said, like, his joke was something like, I went to America and I realized I wasn't that big. I'm a medium. You know what I'm saying? He's a fatter dude, right? Like, he's all shopping at Baby Gary, some shit like that. And was like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like it's fucking nuts, bro. Because we're a fucking joke. Like we're a country of fucking obese
Big as
motherfuckers.
hell, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just obese motherfuckers. Everybody else is just waiting. Like just keep fattening them up, and when they're nice and fat, we'll come and get them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And that's what it is, bro. And then it's insane to me because we're all just fucking
fat.
And it's all just being fueled and funneled. And last night, bro, we was at the Winco, and it was just prevalent, bro. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
We were walking around the Winco just shopping, grocery shopping,
a place in food. You always see big people.
Fucking incredible, bro. It was incredible because we walk in and we're like, this is going to be nuts. It's the second of the month. We walk into the produce aisle, empty, bro.
Oh, man.
Produce aisle empty. Oh, but where all the garbage is, the chips, the cereals, and the fucking candies and this and that. We couldn't get through the aisles.
It's chaos.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you're looking at carts, bro, second of the month. So you know that government cheese is in. Niggas, carts stacked to the tippy top, but with garbage.
Yeah.
With garbage. And you look at it like, man, you're breathing out your mouth. You're breathing out your mouth walking around the Winco, man. And there's, again, man, like, rock your own fucking life. Do your own fucking thing. But you shouldn't be mouth breathing while walking through the wind. You shouldn't be out of breath walking around Winco.
Struggling to walk.
You shouldn't be having to eat a goddamn something while you're walking through Winco. And that's my whole thing, man. It's just fueled. It just fuels. And this society just fuels obesity. Like it's a fucking cool thing to be.
It makes me wonder though, man, how much, because coming from a non-overweight person, I always wonder like what an overweight person's day-to-day like struggle, like how much do they actually struggle with their weight?
I don't know.
Like,
do you have anybody in your family, or do you know anybody who's overweight?
100%. I'm pretty sure everybody does to a certain, but like I don't, because if you talk to these people, they're just like, oh well, it's just so hard, and it, to me it's not that difficult. But like, granted, I've grown up playing sports and surfing and skateboarding and being always active, so maybe it might not be.
That's the difference, though, bro.
You think that really is the difference?
100%. Growing up, that's why I'm missing all my goddamn teeth, because my mom didn't give us vegetables, nigga. She would ask, "Do you want vegetables?" I'm like, "Nah." She's like, "All right, cool, fuck it." Single mom, man. So we did grow up eating some fucking bullshit. Yeah. I'm not gonna front, but we were active as fuck.
Yeah,
active as fuck. I every now and then I give my kid a little bit of bullshit, but we stay active as fuck. I think that's what it comes down to, bro, is how lazy you are, how willing you are to just get out of your comfort zone, because everybody's comfort zone is on the couch. Mm-hmm. Be over everything. I'd much rather be on the couch, bro. I'd much rather be just hanging out, doing nothing, not moving, right? Like, but your body needs that shit. And I think as humanity, bro, we're devolving.
It gets to me too, because it is easy to just, the best thing to do is just be on the couch, you know what I mean? Or not, I'm not going to say the best thing, but it's one of the most apparent, most obvious comforts.
And now with Netflix and...
Yeah, so I will say, like, base level, just being lazy and lounging around is the most obvious comfort. And what kind of frustrates me is, after I work out, there's a certain euphoric feeling that you get from that. Like, wow, like my body spatial awareness is pretty good. I can move around.
Released in your body when you work out.
But it frustrates me because it's so hard to relay that good feeling to someone who is overweight and probably hasn't experienced that, man. To them, it's just all like, oh, I'm gonna die. I hate this. I don't like it. There's something about your body hurting from working out.
Well, it's because it's hard, though, bro. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
I try to run in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And that shit is hard, bro. Getting up. I mean, that's honestly the hardest part of running, is just getting up.
Yeah.
But it's hard because, your muscles are sore and this and that, but you feel fucking incredible, man. Like, it's such a sense of not only feeling like you did something and you followed through with what you said you were going to fucking do, but treating your body right. You know what I'm saying? And actually doing something that's going to benefit your body instead of feeding it and feeding it the garbage that is out there.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's solely just individuals' faults, bro, because everything is so accessible. Mm-hmm. Everything is so accessible, and we definitely paid attention to this yesterday too. That, bro, fruits and vegetables are more expensive than $1 bag of chips. I can get a big bag of chips for $1, or I can get 4 or 5 oranges for $2 or $3. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it makes it almost a hard choice for the public, because it's like, shit, I only get paid X amount.
Right.
I gotta make this stretch.
Right.
I gotta give my kids this Tony's pizza. I gotta give my kids these popsicles, because it's not healthy for them, but it's gonna keep them full.
Yeah, it's short term gratification.
Yeah, man.
Short term gratification.
I'm not trying to knock anybody, man, because I again, like I said,
I'm pretty sure we've been there.
When I grew up, I grew up on
there.
welfare, man. I grew up on the garbage food, and I grew up on that because it was easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I understand it, bro, but at some point, we have to, just as a people, we have to stop and fucking take a look at what we're doing to ourselves and to our kids and to the next generation. You know what I mean? Like, I never want that. I never want my kid to be that out of breath kid at PE, or I never want, bro, now kids are getting excused from PE.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? When I was growing up, it was never that.
It's to the point now to where your grade isn't even based on your physical activity. It's based on whether you dress or not. Whether you dress, you know, because I remember, like,
I never
even when I was in high school, man, it was like the majority of your grade was based on how many days out of the school year that you dressed for PE. Not like making a 12-minute mile, which I'm pretty sure is average for like an average person. Like, yeah. But it was depending on how you dressed that night. So I guess that physical activity is not really pushed as being an important thing, or at least as much as it should.
And that's what I mean. That's why it's not just the individual's fault, but it's being fueled from so many different outlets.
Different ways, yeah.
Oh, Netflix, $9 a month, and you never have to leave your house again.
Binge.
Amazon Prime, guess what? Comes right to you. You can get it, the Amazon now. You can get it now.
Didn't you get like food or ice cream or something from Amazon Prime?
Incredible.
That's crazy.
Just you can get the craziest things to your doors within 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like that, it's incredible. And don't get me wrong, bro, I love it. But it definitely does enable.
You got to be aware.
It enables people to just do nothing. Like, you never have to leave your house, which is great, but
it's not great,
humans, bro.
Yeah.
Humans, we are a social creature.
We need to leave our house.
We need to. And we need to have that interaction, and we need to be around these people. But yet, everything else is telling us, stay home, this and that.
Stay comfortable because it's convenient,
bro,
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that, in turn, fuels this fucking obesity problem, man.
I mean, I used to, once again, because I always jump back and forth, I used to kind of think, well, maybe they are born that way, until I had a roommate a couple years ago, actually, and he's been overweight for the majority of his life, I'm pretty sure. I mean like overweight, bro. I would get up in the morning, and I had to be at work at 5, so I would get up at maybe 4:30, get dressed, and then I don't know what got into him, bro, but there was one day he decided, you know what, I'm gonna lose this weight. So when I would get up at 4:30 a.m., I'd come downstairs and he'd be in the living room doing the insanity workout consistently, bro. I mean, it was nasty because there would be sweat dripping all on the tile floor and shit, and we're in the house, but I couldn't be mad at it because it's like, bro, like you're really trying to do something about this. And I've heard a lot of fat people have that, or excuse me, my unpolitical correctness, but I've heard a lot of overweight people have that. I don't want to get up and run because I'm concerned that if someone sees me running down the street, they're gonna laugh at me.
Exactly.
When in actuality, that's not the case at all. If I see an overweight person running outside and sweating, I just want to drive down. I feel so good for him. Like there's no way I would shame that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I'm actually rooting you on.
But you have to admit that there are some dumb motherfuckers that would drive by and laugh. But the main thing should be not to give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I know when I'm out there running, I don't look the best, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what it comes down to.
But then again, you don't look the worst either. So you're right. Of course.
But it's a whole vicious circle, dog. Because they feed you all this stay home bullshit, but then all you're watching at home is like, look at Kim Kardashian, look at this, look at that, and it's just all this self-image.
So
bullshit.
let me go under the knife instead of actually get that natural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then that in turn makes them self-conscious of themselves.
Yeah.
And it's this whole thing of, oh, I'm never gonna look like that. I'm never gonna. So why should I even try? And people are quitting before they even fucking start.
But you can, man. Like if there's anybody out there, man, that's overweight, that has this, oh, I can't do it, you can do it. It's gonna be hard and uncomfortable,
100%.
but I've seen it happen 2 times.
But nigga, everything in life is hard and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Everything in life is hard and uncomfortable. What the fuck you mean? Even what we're doing right now is hard and uncomfortable.
Bro,
I'm
trying to be less abrasive for the audience.
Nah, you got to be in their fucking face, man. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah.
There's all these fucking people over here telling them like,
it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay.
No, exactly. But there's people saying like, well, you could absolutely do it, but you're more than likely not going to because you're lazy as fuck.
I guess I'm trying to relate to them.
Nah, fuck that, man.
In a way.
There's too much. Oh, we got to relate to this and we got to relate to that.
No. I think you're misunderstanding my point.
Making them soft, man. You're making them soft.
You're misunderstanding my point. And I do this when I have arguments with people. I try to relay. I'm trying to relay to someone who is overweight that yes, it is uncomfortable. You're gonna hate it. You know what I mean? But without putting them in the defense mode. Because if you say "fuck you, you lazy fat fuck," they're obviously gonna be in defense mode. So, I don't like this guy. He does, and they're gonna start thinking of reasons.
Stay that way. But the real motherfuckers are gonna be like, man, fuck this guy, and then go do something.
Yeah.
More than anything, bro, I hate it when somebody tells me I can't do something. More than anything.
That's you though.
But that should be, bro. That should fire you up. That shouldn't bring you down. These are motherfucking. If words shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like those are the same people that words break, right? Words shouldn't be able to make you or fucking break you, bro.
But they break a lot of people, man.
They should be able to fire you the fuck up.
But it's words of. There's been a point in time in my life where words have broken me. You know what I mean? Of course, it's been in younger years,
right?
But that's a real thing, and I can clearly see how someone who doesn't have someone to look up to, or doesn't have, or thank God, bro, I've had an interest in action sports, in moving my body throughout space. You know what I mean? If someone who likes to draw or someone who likes to fucking cook, you know what I mean? I can clearly see how like my interest alone drives me being fit. It's not like I like to work out. The things that I do just so happen require physical activity, and working out benefits my interest. Right. You know what I mean? So I know that, oh man, if I'm gonna hate myself for running these 3 miles today, but I'm gonna love outrunning everybody on the basketball court. I can weigh those 2 options.
It takes that though, man. Like it takes that.
It's self-awareness.
I think in everything, man, it's just being shown like it's okay to be where you're at, and it's okay, and it absolutely is okay to fail. It's necessary to fail.
Yeah.
But you also have to kind of talk shit to yourself and let yourself know. You have to, and like Joe Rogan says, you got to conquer your inner bitch, bro, because it's there. And when shit is getting crazy, it's always gonna say, bro, maybe you should slow down, maybe you should stop, maybe you should. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always gonna be that. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
It's within you to be like, fuck that, I'm gonna persevere and push through. Yeah. I'm not gonna let this guy talk shit to me. And the simple fact that he is talking shit is gonna fire me the fuck up to do something. It's gonna motivate me to say, fuck this guy, let me show him what the fuck is up.
Okay, so to go off of that, to loop this back around in confidence and quote unquote false confidence, I have met some people who are overweight who are confident, you know what I mean? And they have a type of confidence it's funny, it's authentic. You know what I mean? You can tell that being overweight really maybe it doesn't affect them directly. I mean, I think it does, but I'm pretty sure everyone has met like a hilarious large person.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Because and the argument would be that they would have to compensate for where they lack.
Yeah.
So
I bet you motherfuckers are mad.
They probably are mad, but it's, and by no means are. Maybe we are ragging a little bit on them, but oh well, let's keep going. But we'll talk about skinny people next. but these large people, some of them do have confidence. Like some of them will say, well, fuck you to your face, you know what I mean? And they'll kill me off with a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, that's pretty dope.
And there's nothing, like I said, bro, I just want to reiterate, to not be taken out of fucking context. Like there's nothing wrong with you loving yourself and loving where you're at and loving your body, this and that. But health wise, man, like if we really think of it, like health wise, bro, there's thick, there's big. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, just big, bro. Like
where you can tell,
you thick, big. Like I just mean, big, bro, fat, really big fat, like. That shit is not healthy for your body, and it's not good for your fucking bones.
But even for those people that I'm the confident fat people that I'm referring to, I think even for those people, if you ask them the question, "Hey, Joe, you weigh 300, you weigh 325 right now. There's a light switch on the wall. If you go flip the light switch, and it's that simple, that easy." All you have to do is flip the white light switch and your weight will magically drop down to 185, 195. Do you think that a lot of those people would just, oh yeah, let me just flip this switch? If the way I see myself, regardless of putting in the work, I would rather have this physical appearance. I think maybe the majority of people would actually change the way if it were that easy.
I mean, I think so too, but there's definitely, the medical outlet, you know what I mean, the gastric bypass.
Yeah.
And there's definitely that, you know what I mean? But I think it's as easy as, just making the decision, you're going to do something, man.
Yeah.
And of course it sounds fucking crazy coming from two, generally fit. I think I'm pretty big, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you've been running, man. You've been getting up and running.
I think it's I'm not trying to come out of left field here, you know what I mean? But I think something needs to be done, man. Like, I think something needs to be done because, and I only get hot because it's scary as fuck, man. I mean, if you want to be fat, go ahead and fucking be fat, but don't push that onto our kids and shit. You know what I mean?
With the narrative that, oh, you should love your body type thing.
And it's okay to be, to not be able to run, and it's okay to, like, you know what I mean? Like, just as mammals, bro, we need to move. We need that type of movement we need in our lives, and just to be healthy, to be fucking sane, just to keep us sane.
You can do a lot more if you're fit than you can if you're not fit. Just simple as that.
On the other spectrum, there's those people that are fit, and I want to bash their fucking skulls in.
To where they just, what do you mean, bro?
The worst of the fucking worst. Like, get you know what I'm saying? Like, just more so putting you down for, like, oh my God, you're eating a Starburst?
Dumbbell challenge.
Yes. Then there are those type of people that just overly and just in your face, like I had said, like, well, I'm on the paleo diet, so you're a piece of shit for eating Raisin Canes. You know what I mean? Like, those people make me absolutely sick.
Well, that's just pure arrogance, man.
And that's all it is, man. Like, they use that to be entitled to talk down, or to be entitled to make people feel like shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, I think on a real, just malicious level.
I think that's a sense of false confidence.
It absolutely is.
I think that's a sense of false confidence.
Is,
it's because it's like, all right, bro, if you know you're fit, why are you trying to overcompensate by, putting other people down, being that you're a fit person? If anything, you should take the stance of, people will see you as a fit person. You should approach someone with a certain type of compassion, but also be real. You know what I mean? Like we've been. Also be real. Approach them with empathy, compassion, but also be real to them. Say, this is what you need to do. It's going to be uncomfortable. I know you're going to want to quit, but bottom line, if you want a result, you have to put the work in. There's no shortcuts, or the shortcuts aren't good for you.
More times than not, they're arrogant about
just
it.
Arrogant as hell.
Just arrogant as fuck about it. You know what I mean? Or just very in your face about it. You know what I mean? Almost like a pushy religious cat. You know?
Exactly.
It's that sense of
exactly. It turns you off. You're not doing
that. What I'm saying about big people, man, is it's just make a couple different decisions in your life, a couple different choices in your life, just a little self-control. That's it. Yeah. You can still eat some garbage. I eat garbage all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still eat that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But have that control so you can be a little healthy, so you can live a little bit longer, so you can be there for more, for people who depend on you, or people who want you around more, dog. Like, just in that general sense. Look at one of the greatest comedians, man, Ralphie May. Big, bro. Just one of the funniest cats.
And just no more, huh?
Bro, like, short. His kids will never see him again. Wife's never going to see him again. Like, all of that. All these big people, like, passing away, man, because your body can't handle that, man. It wasn't made for that. You know what I mean?
See,
but on the other side, it's these people who are just crazy arrogant, just in your fucking face about it, and it's overwhelming, and you're like, bro, don't fucking judge me because I'm eating a fucking cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? Like, and or don't fucking judge me because
or I'm not vegan.
Exactly, right? Because my shoes got rubber in them, and rubber has some fucking
It's just like doing too much, man. Doing way too much. But I think we should highlight that point that aside, we may say fuck yous and this and you're lazy as shit, but and I know that may seem abrasive, but at its core, we only that's the frustration in us, because it's like, man, look at these cards you've been dealt. Like, who knows if we only have one life to live. I want you to experience at least what I've experienced as being a fit person, being able to move. It gives you a different type of confidence with, you know what I mean, the opposite sex or whatever. It's like everything being better when you're high. Literally. It's like everything, you know. But
people will argue that though.
They will. I can appreciate both. I can appreciate a normal state and a lit state, but it's coming from a place of, man, like, look at this amazing thing that you've been given. I want you to make the most of it. And maybe we come across as too pushy to you sometimes.
Abrasive, maybe.
But just know that it's coming from a place of just like, I want you to experience a good life. I'm not hating on you. I want you to experience a good life.
And some of those people are incredible people, man. And it's like you're wasting that life. I don't want that life to be wasted. You know what I mean? Or cut short because of health issues or because of, you know what I mean? And when somebody of that caliber could do something incredible. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. Which, again, on the other side, right, somebody fit could be more, you know, like you said, more understanding, more open than abrasive, could really make an impact on somebody else's life.
It just depends.
Could really change somebody else's life.
Yeah.
But if you're hitting somebody with like, oh, you're not paleo, oh, what a piece of shit. Like,
it's like now you're just playing like, identity politics.
You, homie, then I'm gonna stay this way. You know what I mean?
Like, just like those people are playing some type of weird identity politics with like weight and being fit. Yeah, man. It's a weird thing. And a lot
of them, you know, and I've met some of them that just hate themselves. That really hate themselves, so they fucking abuse themselves in the gym. You know what I mean? They're in the gym just abusing themselves because they need to have this, and they have body dysmorphia where it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. And at the end of it, they end up going on the knife and changing some shit because it's not perfect. It's not perfect.
They're trying to compensate.
And these people go into some crazy depressions and that in itself, like, relax, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's something wrong. There's something deeper that's wrong.
Yeah.
The same thing with bigger people can be said. There's something deeper that's wrong.
I eat for comfort.
Right? Or maybe, bro, but I've seen it though. You know, I've seen abusive parents and the kid eats because they cry and instead of crying they eat. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen that.
Don't you get full though? Like, cause me, when I throw down a big meal, it's like I'm done, man. I'm finished. Like, if I eat anymore, I'm gonna get sick, and it's not.
I think the pain of pushing yourself when you're eating, you know what I mean, like that pain of pushing yourself over, you know what I mean, like it over. Just what word am I looking for?
I don't know, but I
overshadow. Yeah, I guess overshadows. Yeah. The pain of your mom not being there, or the pain of, you know, whatever the case might be.
But I never understood. Like, I never understood eating for comfort, and another one is like people who cut themselves. I don't understand how, like, I can clearly understand someone who like smokes weed or does a drug, because you're literally changing your current reality. But
I think that's the sense of feeling something, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to go into a dark, deep hole over here, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the sense of feeling something. To those people, it's the sense of feeling something or even doing something. Like, that's almost the mindset that those people have. You know what I mean? Like, it's the sense of feeling something or distracting from something.
But why don't they just like smoke weed or something like that?
It's mindsets, bro. It's the way that you think.
I mean, so I can understand where food and like cutting your wrist, like there's a difference between that. But to me, I can't fathom how the feelings and the conclusion of doing either of those outweighs the like a euphoric, like that doesn't give you a feeling of euphoria. It makes you feel like shit.
Well, a lot of it is short-term thinking though. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of it sometimes is like, I feel like shit, so I'm gonna make myself feel worse. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a flawed mindset.
It's really cynical about life.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. It's that short difference, and it's such a small and thin line that makes a difference in that, bro. Like, it's a small thin line that differentiates you from that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because when you get sad or upset, you don't think like, oh, I'm gonna fucking blow my brains out.
I'm thinking
like, well, let me go play some basketball and lift some weights. Let me go this and that. When somebody else, bro, could have a completely different mindset, but it's because it's a plethora of things, right? But it could be experiences. It could be things that they've seen or been subjected to that makes them think that way. You know what I mean? That the easiest way would be that way. Right, like, and it again. That's a whole different topic, man. That's a whole other podcast, man. That's a whole different. That's very deep, very heavy. But it all comes down to, man, just choices and decisions, man.
So I got one more question for this topic. Do you think that, granted a different situation, do you think it could have been you or it could have been me struggling with weight?
Shit, man. I've always thought that.
You know,
and I was like, yeah, could I ever be just big?
Like, let's say you were born into it, well, you'd be a different person, but let's just say, for shit's sake, with your same soul, I guess, if you were born in a different situation, do you think do you think it could just as easily be me?
I don't know, man.
I could be sitting here talking about those fit motherfuckers, and I'm comfortable being fat. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Just how my brain would be wired.
I couldn't it really had to. There's so many variables to it, right?
Yeah.
Because that almost was right, but I had a mom or an older sister that was like, stop eating that bullshit, or don't eat that. You can't. You know what I mean? Like, and it was my, I guess, own, just, you can call it brainwashing, that listened to it. It was like, okay, I'll stop eating it. Like, and I think it was as easy as making that decision. Yeah. It was as easy as eating something else than eating, a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Which fortunately for me, when I was growing up, we did eat a lot of bullshit, but we ate a lot of like tahini and fucking oranges. Ooh. You know what I mean? Like, we ate a lot of shit like that, like cucumbers and lemon, like a lot of that. So we were, it was junk, but with a hint of healthy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it could be me. Do you think it could be you?
That's really hard to wrap your head around, because I can say, like, okay, maybe let's say if I was born in the Middle East, you know what I mean? There's no doubt about it that I could praise Allah, you know what I mean? Or if I was born in Nazi Germany as...
Well, you'd be dead if you were born.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say if I was white in Nazi Germany, could I be a Nazi? And like, the human answer is, well, given socialization and humans adapt to your surroundings, probably, you know what I mean?
People don't want to think that shit.
Yeah, probably.
People don't want to question that. People don't want to think that, which almost makes everything so separate, and it makes everything very black and white. Like, you could never understand because you've never thought, or you never sat and thought and tried to relate to what it is that they have to think and go through.
I think this is a good way to put it. I understand that everything I am has to do with everything I came up knowing and grew up as. Everything I currently am now. So who am I to say that everything overweight person is the consequence of their upbringing, how they grew up since they were 5 months up to 9 years old, you know what I mean? So I guess I don't really know, but there's this human thing to where I do believe you can change this path that you're on if you're strong-willed enough. And I think that's where, like, a lot comes down to, like, the individual making those choices, because we've seen it happen.
Yeah, and to bring it full circle, it's gonna take some confidence.
Yeah.
And whether it be fake confidence, whether it be real confidence, whether it be confidence because of what you're wearing or what you're thinking or what you're saying, like,
or what you want,
it has to be some bit of it. And I know it kind of sounds almost contradictory to what we started with, but confidence is never going to be bad, right? Overconfident when you really don't have any sort of anything to show for, like, or anything to back that up, right? Like, where's that coming from? Like, I mean, has to be there, right? I mean, you can definitely overdo it, but you definitely have to have some confidence. Because it's going to take that to make a change, right?
Yeah.
No matter what, like no matter what you're going to do.
No matter what it is, yeah.
Whether you're going to just be fat, whether you're going to be overly skinny, whether you're going to be anorexic, whether you're going to be bulimic, like it takes some sort of confidence, right?
Yeah.
And all the fuck we're saying is direct that shit correctly.
Or at least try to aim it, at your high
full circle.
Aim it at your highest value, I guess.
And that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Man. Whether you got to fake it till you fucking make it, you know what I mean? Just know where that limit is in yourself, right? And know that it's gonna take some sort of confidence.
Yeah.
Right? Even what you're doing now is taking confidence. Right? So
absolutely.
On that motherfucking note.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Right? Appreciate all y'all watching.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna hit y'all with some just different topics, right? I mean,
we're just gonna keep them coming, man. Just know we're gonna keep them coming. All right, so like, subscribe. Who cares?
Any ideas? Feel free to drop them in the comments.
Yeah. So, everybody have a good weekend. Tune in next time.